Hello, I'm Francesco De Misa, and this is the third of four formative assessments um, that I have been doing. Um, so in this Java program, we are going to be calculating the maximum number of handshakes that can occur amongst a input amount of couples, where each person can only shake hands with another couple one time. And so we'll start with the main method. In this main method, it's just going to be creating the scanner object as well as declaring the integer of couples and outputting the total number of handshakes. And so these other two methods are where more action happens. In the first one, it is going to be getting the actual amount of couples from user input, and we want to have it in a separate method because we do not want there to be more than 100 couples. So the easiest way to prevent that from user input is just to put in a method and make anything greater than 100 be invalid. And so this couples variable is going to be used to calculate the handshakes. And so how that's going to be done is in this second method, the handshake method. This is just security to make sure that if there are zero couples, then it's just going to return zero handshakes just in case. But in this little bit of math here, it's where it's going to be calculating the actual amount of handshakes. And so the way that it works is a sort of recursive idea where it's going to be taking the amount of couples, subtracting it by 1, and then multiplying that by the amount of couples. And what this would essentially do is take, as you can see here, the amount of couples subtracted by 1 added to the amount of couples subtracted by 2 added to so on, so on, so on. And this is going to put everything together for one side of the couples essentially. And then once you multiply it by 2, that's going to be taking into account both couples, sort of starting from the host couple. And so I will now run the code. All right, running the code. Glad to meet you. So for this first example, let's say there are 4 couples. And so it'll just calculate it, and you'll see that the amount of handshakes would be 24. Let's just run it again. We'll do it a couple more times. Okay, so for this one, let's say there's 10 couples. So it's going to see that the total amount of handshakes possible is 180. Let's just do it one more time. How about, let's say, a really big amount of couples, 35. And so that's going to be a lot of handshakes. And that was the handshaking program.